Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and it's time once again to get into kit ranking mode because today we're going to do the away kits. Last week we did home kits. This week it's the ones that are a bit more fun, isn't it? We're ranking, and that means there are neutrals, there's neutrals, so I will change the chanting, so you can stop your moaning. Oh. Welcome back. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It would be much appreciated. We're on the final stretch to 40,000 subscribers. So if you're not a Celtic fan and you're here today, then do you know what? You might not watch the content that regularly, but press the subscribe button. It would go a long way. Thank you for the support recently. But let's get into this. It's YouTube's Barbenheimer. It's the double header of kit ranking videos. We've done the home. It's time for the away. Let's very quickly look at the Hall of Fame. This is all the winners so far of my away kit rankings. There's a theme going on there. I swear I'm not that biased, right? It just so happens that Celtic have had a lot of lovely away kits over the last few years. But I can give you one spoiler right now. It's not Celtic this year. Celtic is not going to win. But there it is. That's the ones that this year's winner will be joining in the away kit Hall of Fame. We didn't do one back in 2017-18, so we're going to have to go from then onwards. So it's going to be fun today. Let's see what joins it after Dundee's big victory in the home shirt rankings last week. Starting at the bottom, and it's this monstrosity. I mean, it's horrible. There's not much else I can say. It's genuinely atrocious. Ross County have released the worst pairing of kits this season, without a doubt, and this away kit takes the biscuit out of both of them. Nothing about this works. Nothing. Absolutely bugger all. It's stinking. Enough said. Number 11, and it's giving July. Just as well I made this video in July. I mean, it's got a striking resemblance to something. I don't think I need to point out what, but yeah. Very sorry, G4 Claims. Great sponsors for the podcast, but the kit never will. Yeah. It's giving Granny's carpet. Yeah, number 10, Kilmarnock. And I appreciate what they're trying to do here. They've been a little bit adventurous, as you should be with your away top, but it's got more in common with, as I said, your Granny's carpet than it does a retro football shirt. I do think that's what they've tried to do here and give it some vintage retro vibes, but I think the colour combination's really dull, horrible. The dark red with the dark blue. The sponsor just doesn't really fit the shirt that well either. I think that considering Kilmarnock's efforts over the last few years, this is a bit of a letdown because Hummel have produced some really nice kits for them, but this just doesn't go for me. Do you know what the actual pattern itself reminds me of? Like, when you do like second year science and you're learning about all those things, like all the wee different, you know what I mean? The cells and such. It's giving me that, and I don't like it. I think we're out the way from the bad kits, because from this point on, I feel like everything's actually quite decent. Because at number 9, St Johnstone here, I actually don't think it's that bad. And do you know what? Once again, like Kilmarnock, I think they've gone a wee bit retro with this, a wee bit vintage, because if they released something like this in the 1990s, it would be an all-timer, it would be a classic. But I don't know, I just don't feel like it's been executed as well as it probably could be. I don't know if it's a sponsor maybe doing that, I don't know. But it's okay. It's not the worst thing you'll see in the world. The colour palette's nice, the yellow going with the blue. I don't know, maybe they could have just have done things a wee bit neater. But I mean, number 9, it's not terrible, it's not horrific, but everything above it is much better, I would say. And at number 8, it's Hearts with their away kit, and I've been very vocal about this over the past few years on the channel, and particularly with Celtic. I'm not a massive fan of pink kits, and that's nothing to do with my masculinity problems, or pink doesn't belong in football, or nothing like that. It's just a preference thing. I don't feel like there's been a lot of great pink kits, and the ones that have been great have been great. This for me isn't a great pink kit, but it's nice. Don't get me wrong, very, very appropriate with Barbie coming out this year. Well done, Hearts. I'm sure that'll score you some points. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get what the actual pattern itself is meant to represent as a hidden meaning that I haven't seen yet. I just feel like, I don't know, this could have probably been nicer if it wasn't that exact pattern they decided to go with. I feel like it could have been done a little bit better, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, number 8, there it is. It's not terrible. You've got away with it in the home kits, but it's back to normal now for the away kits. Moan all you like, Rangers are going below Celtic. I mean, I do think that it's a kit that's not as good as Celtic's away kit. However, just like I said with Hearts and St Johnstone, we're in the phase now where I think kits are actually decent. They're not bad at all. This, for me, is just one that I think they've dropped the ball with a little bit here. Now, I couldn't care how a Rangers kit looks. I mean, it's not me, it's going to be buying it, right? But, I don't know. It's like they've decided here, oh, let's go for pinstripes, and then halfway through they've went, nah. I think you've got to make a decision here. You either go full pinstripe or you go no pinstripe. And I think this kit would be a lot nicer if it was just a clean white base with the trimmings on the sleeve and the collar, rather than leaving the pinstripes halfway through the shirt. Nah. I've never been a fan of kits that have like that kind of fade in it. I remember Manchester United doing it a few years ago with a home top. It was like black and then it just ended. And like, I don't know. It's just the whole gradient pattern thing, it's not exactly for me. However, white kits always come out quite well, and I feel like that's happened here. So, number 7, there you go, Rangers. Could have been worse. They could have went down the Motherwell route, but they've not done that. Which leads me on to number 6, which is in fact Celtic. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like this kit, but let's not be real. I think Celtic are in a very interesting position this season where the kit as a collection is... yeah, it's not the greatest. It's probably one of the weakest collections we've had in terms of home, away and third. And I think the away one stands out because the home and third are so split opinion. They're so polarising. I think everybody can just go, okay, right, the away kit's nice because it's the best of the three. It's easily the best of the three, in my opinion. But it's clean, it's classy, it's nice. When I first heard the rumours that we were going to be maybe getting a blackout sort of shirt, I thought we were going to go all in. Badge black, sponsor black, but we've not. We've kept them white, but it's one that looks a lot nicer in person. I like that we've got the dark green on the Adidas stripes. I like that we've got that wee pattern running through the collar and the sleeves. It adds some character to the shirt rather than just being plain black. It's a clean shirt. It's nice. It's not one that's going to steal headlines, but it does the job. Now, the top 5 are the ones that I think have really stiff competition for fighting each other for the best. At 5th, we're going Livingston. I think from this point on, all the away kits are like, I really struggled to pick a winner. But number 5, I really like this. And do you know why I really like it? Because see if you change the yellow to, say, like a gold, and you put the Celtic badge on it, I think that you could have a really, I think you could have a conversation over this being a nice design for a sort of black magic sort of number. The black and gold that Celtic have had a couple of times in the past. But Livingston have gone yellow. I think it's nice. Considering their home top, I wasn't a big fan of. I think they've pulled it out of the bag a little bit with this. Just think, once again, black kits can be very, very classy. And I think that's the case with this. The sponsor fits well. I just think it's a really solid effort. I like this one from Livy. I really struggled from this point onwards. I really did. Number 4, I'm going Hibs. Now, I'm not a huge fan of purple kits either. I think that purple's a really difficult colour to pull off sometimes because it's a really nice colour. It's probably one of my favourite colours. But on a football kit, I'm like, Fiorentina are good at it, and that's where it begins and ends. So I'm never usually a big fan of it, but what I will say is I absolutely love the pattern that they've got on the collar and on the sleeves, the kind of Aztec design with the green triangles. I really like that, and that takes this kit up from being like, I don't know, a 5 out of 10 to like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I really like it, and once again, I'm loving the new Bevy sponsor on the Hibs shirt too. But I really like this top, and it's made by that sort of pattern through the collar and the sleeve trimmings. That's something that you would see on a kit from like the 1980s, the 1990s, and it would stand the test of time. And that's something I think Hibs should probably explore on both their home kits and their away kits. What I will say is, though, they missed a trick here, because I think if they made this white instead of purple, it would have been number 1 easily. Like, creme de la creme, one of the best away kits I've seen in my time of ranking them. But they've gone purple, it's still nice, and number 4 is a respectable place. Number 3, St Mirren. I love this. And as I said, I think that sometimes getting pink on a top can be risky. It could be a bit hard to get it right, but this is when it's done right. I like it when it's used in accents, and it's been used here on the badge, the collar, the sleeves, and they've kept that checker pattern that they have in the home shirt consistent with the away shirt. And I like that because it makes it feel a bit more like a collection, doesn't it? There's a certain vibe running through all of the tops for one season, and they've kept that here with this away shirt, which I think is really smart, very clean. And I just love it. I just really like it. It reminds me of a nice marshmallow. You know, just the with the pink and the white accents through the black. I just love this. It's brilliant. Well done, St Mirren. Good year for you guys. I really struggle to pick a winner this year, but number 2, I'm going Aberdeen. I think that this might be one of the most unique away shirts that I've seen in my time of ranking shirts on YouTube. This is brilliant, and I think it's one that some people aren't too keen of because the design is a bit out there, but it's great. It is, and especially those photos where it's like in a dark room. It just looks brilliant. It's meant to be the Northern Lights, and that's exactly what you get from it. You look at it straight away and you go, okay, Northern Lights. The message comes across very, very clear, and I love the colours. The pink, the kind of cyan blue, and I like how they've changed it on each side on the Adidas stripes as well. I just think this is perfect, and it's really unique. And it's like, if you like it or not, you can't deny that it's not a unique shirt, and that's extra points for Aberdeen, so well done. Cracking kit. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dundee have taken the best home kit and the best away kit of the 2023-24. I can't believe that. I never thought in a million years I would utter the words that Dundee have won best kit, let alone both of the best kits, but my oh my, they have knocked it out the park this season. I was in love with that home shirt, and the away shirt I think might be even better. For the anniversary of the club, they have went down the exact right path. They've done it perfectly. They have put 2 kits together which are classy, which represent the club, which don't arse about with anything. They have just brought out 2 really nice kits. And once again, the option of the sponsor or the sponsorless version, both of them incredible. You could even argue the sponsorless is nicer, but this is just brilliant. The tartan through the light blue, the change of colour in the badge, the very small accents around the collar and sleeves. And you know me, I love a white kit. I love a white football kit, and this is just perfect. I think it's unbelievable. Once again, Dundee, don't know how you've done it, but you have done it. So, fair fucking play. And that does it. There you go. There's my rankings of the away shirts for this season. That's my rankings of all the shirts in Scotland for this season. I know a lot of Rangers fans especially be like, oh, get the third shirts done. We've got a crack of a third shirt, right them. No, I never do the third shirts, and I'm not starting now. Okay, not everybody releases a third shirt, so I'm not bending over backwards for it. I can't wait till next year already. Bring out the new kit. Start the leaks now, I say. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit like and subscribe. We'll be back on the channel all season and all through the week. Yeah, thanks. Cheerio.